Now, if you're taking a look at your news, let me just quickly explain what that is. So right here, it's where you're gonna read articles and so on. There's paid stuff, there's free stuff, there's a bunch of stuff here. It's pretty neat. So just scroll down. You guys can take a look at News Plus. And News Plus is a subscription service. Some of you, this will be worth it. It's gonna contain a bunch of stuff in there. But if you just go on the left-hand side, this stuff is free. News, usually free. There's also paid stuff that you guys can subscribe to, but don't feel afraid of tapping on something here from news. It's just gonna let you read it. If you keep scrolling down, there's more and more stuff like that. So that's a quick look into this app. Now let's take a look at Apple TV. So here's our Apple TV app. Let's just open up for the very first time. Click on continue. And here we go. So Apple TV Plus is different than your Apple TV app. The app is a hub. You guys can look for almost anything here. So there's a bunch of movies, TV shows, bunch of stuff. And there's Apple TV Plus. Apple TV Plus is a subscription service. So it's a channel. That channel, they have a bunch of stuff now. It's pretty good. Not everybody likes it. It's not for everybody. It's not Netflix. It's Apple TV Plus. Apple TV Plus is kind of like Netflix. Then you will notice there's store down here below. That's where you guys can buy some stuff. So I'm just going to go on to Not Now. Then from here, you guys can look at the latest movies and actually buy them. So you guys can have them in your account. And there's a bunch of movies here that you guys can go ahead and just buy for yourselves. There's also a library. Anything you guys buy will be here. And then home. You guys can go home and take a look at everything. Home, it's because it's a hub for everything, basically. So if you guys look for a particular movie, it might tell you where you guys can find it. Not just to buy, but sometimes it might be in Netflix. So you can tell you, oh, that's in Netflix. Go watch it there. But anyways, let's just scroll up. And that's your Apple TV, which is an app. And Apple TV Plus, remember, it's a channel. Anyways, up next, we have podcasts. So let's open up podcasts. Continue on. Podcasts there's a bunch of them that are free. So yes, go ahead, scroll through, search for anything you like. Down here below on the bottom right hand side, you guys can go on and just search for whichever you like, whichever podcast, and cancel that for now. You guys can look at your library and see what you guys have there. You guys can browse away. And yes, there's a bunch of podcasts and there are a bunch of them that are completely free. So if something's paid, it will tell you that it's paid. But you guys will notice that there's a ton that's free. So that's free listening. Now let's get out of here. Under Maps, these are not Google Maps. Google Maps is different. You guys have to download that from the App Store. Maps is something created by Apple. And if you open it up for the very first time, you guys are going to see this. So here, Apple Maps. This is created again by Apple. You guys can do 3D and take a look at anything that they created that's 3D. Here, for example, there's not much that's 3D. They kind of make that 3D effect, which is kind of nice. You guys can search for anything there. But again, you guys can just download Google Maps. I know that's what most people use. So let's just get out of here. Under your health is actually something really good, especially if you guys have an Apple Watch or anything like that. So tap on continue. You guys can set this up. So just put your first name, last name, and so on. Then go into next and set it all up when it comes down to your health. Why is this important? Well, it's important only if you make it important. So you guys want to track how many steps you guys do, any recommendations, anything like that, go ahead and fill this up. If you guys are not interested, go back, never open this up again. And there you go. But yeah, that's health. If you guys want to count your steps and keep that in mind. But if you guys have an Apple Watch or anything like that, I would definitely set up health. Anyways, under your wallet, this is where you guys can go ahead and add any tickets, any credit cards as well. To add a credit card on the top right hand side, or anything really, you guys are going to see that plus sign. And you guys can go ahead and Apple Pay required for iCloud. So yeah, you guys have to sign in. And then you guys can just add in a credit card if you like. Anyways, let's just get out of there. Here are your settings. Under your settings, you're going to see a bunch of stuff. So from your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and anything really that you're looking for. And the fastest way to look for it is under search. So if you're looking to edit anything or look into anything, just go to search instead of going through every single thing here. But those are your settings. So let me just get out of here. Now your weather, obviously that's where you guys can look at your weather. So if I open up weather, I'm gonna see this wherever I'm at. I can also scroll. It's gonna give me other places. Maybe I don't want those as well, so you guys can always edit those. On the bottom right inside, you guys are gonna see these three dots. Just tap on them, and you guys can delete any of these from your list. So maybe you guys don't want this, like this doesn't make sense to you guys because you guys are not even there, or Toronto. Just swipe and delete and then keep going. But again, that's something you guys want to do if it doesn't make sense to you. So if you guys want to add anything here, so maybe you guys want to know how cold is it in Paris right now. So you can type in Paris, France. It's going to give you the weather in Paris, France. You guys can add it on. That's how you guys can add any weather here. So it is useful to have for sure. And that's the basics when it comes down to weather. Stocks, same deal. We can add anything here and take anything out. It's going to give you some stuff already. So let's just tap on continue. And you guys are going to see a bunch of stuff here. I'm just going to tap on the X because we don't want that. And let's hit down. You guys are going to see this. So to delete anything from here from stocks, swipe all the way. It's just going to delete. Or swipe up to here and then tap on delete. Swipe up to here, tap on delete. So that little garbage bin. If you guys want to add any stocks for that matter, you guys can just search. So I can just search Apple, for example, and just add that on by pressing on the plus sign. I can add this one too. I can just press on done. And there we go. We just have added this stock here. So we can take a look at a bunch of stuff. So those are the basics when it comes down to your stocks. Find mine, very important that you guys set that up, just in case you ever lose this or somebody steals it, you guys can block it off. And to find it, same thing. You guys can just go into find mine. Anyways, let's just move on to books. So if you go into books, this is where you guys can just press on get started. Then I'm just going to put that now for now. So this is where you guys are obviously going to find books. You guys can buy some, download any that are free. There is a huge library. And just in case if you go into library, this is just going to be your stuff in there, okay? Don't think of it like that's the library you guys have to explore. That's home. Under home, just search for anything. You guys can just literally go into search on the right hand side and then just search for that and then just download the book or buy it if you like. There's also the bookstore. So it's just going to give you options of things to buy again. And then there's audiobooks. So you guys can also purchase audiobooks from here. So that's a quick intro into books. iTunes Store, that's something that they are most likely going to get rid of later on because you will notice it's going to redirect you to a bunch of stuff. So I'm just going to continue on and show you. So there's a lot of things that you guys can buy from here, but at the same time, it might redirect you somewhere else. So for example, if it's TV shows or movies, you guys are going to see that it really shows you in Apple TV. Now for music, yeah, that's something that you guys can do from within here, kinda. But anyways, let's move on. We got fitness. Again, that's only if you guys set up your health. I would go into fitness or else there's no point. So under fitness, let's just open that up. Going to continue. Just set up all that stuff. And then from there, you guys can track your steps and so on. But anyways, if you guys have an Apple Watch, there's the Apple Watch. Then we got our contacts. So let's just go right into our contacts. To add anything here, we can tap on the plus sign and we can add a contact, last name, scroll down. We can add a phone number. Press on done when you're done adding that contact, and there's our contact. So if we go back, we can see all our contacts. So to delete any of our contacts, all we have to do is just hold on our finger there. We're going to see these options, delete contact, and it has been deleted. Anyways, those are the basics for your contacts. And now let's move on to files. Let's open up files. It's not going to give you anything, but if you want to create any folders in here and start creating some stuff, on the bottom right hand side, press there on browse, and then on the top, three dots, go ahead and create that folder. You guys can name it whatever you guys like. Done. And there's our folder. If you want to delete any folders from here, again, you're under browse, just hold on to it. You guys are going to see a bunch of options, which does give you delete. And there, it's been deleted. So that's how you guys can create and delete any files that you created. Well, folders in this case. Anyways, let's just get out of here for now. Now there's translate. There's not much to show you there. We have utilities. So from utilities, you have memos, compass, measurements, magnifier, calculator, shortcuts, and passwords. All these things are pretty much self-explanatory, especially when it comes down to passwords. I would definitely use them, so they are nice and safe. And then we have our freeform, journal, and tips. So all of these things are pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not going to go into them. But the very last thing I'm going to show you is down here below. So we have our phone. From here, you guys can actually make phone calls and just press here to make that phone call. Press cancel if you guys want to cancel that phone call. You guys can take a look at your recent phone calls in here, your contacts, plus your voicemail will be the very last thing here where you guys can set up your voicemail if you haven't done so. And I have no voicemails right now, but that's how you guys can check any voicemails that you guys have, plus favorites as well. Anyways, let's move on into text messaging. So let me just open this up. And I'm going to explain something really, really quick. So there's a difference between a text message and an iMessage. An iMessage, it's something that only works throughout Apple devices. So if somebody has an iPad that you know, another iPhone, you guys can go ahead and send an iMessage. If you try sending an iMessage to somebody who has an Android device, it's going to get to them as a text message. So that means they can get it whether they have Wi-Fi or not. And yeah, there's some people that turn off iMessage completely that have iPhones, so they're always going to get your messages as text messages. But to write down any message, send text message on the top, you guys will see that. Just tap there. Go ahead and put it to whatever contact you guys have. And then down here below, just start typing up your message. Then send it through. And there you go. All right, so getting back into messages again, if we open it up and you have your text message history here, if you guys want to delete that, well, there's ways to do it. So you guys have here your messages. Just going to edit, and then from edit, you guys can select messages, select that, and then delete. So that's one way. You guys can select a few of them. Or if it's just one, you guys can always just do this, and then tap on that, select delete, and the message has been deleted. So that's how to delete those text messages or iMessages. Last but not least, we've got our music. So tap on music, continue on. And then from here, you guys are going to see, I'm going to tap not now for now. There's music. So any music that you guys want to purchase or anything like that, you guys can take a look at search on the right hand side. There's also going to give you options here. There's also the subscription with Apple Music, but you guys can also buy music yourselves. And there's library where you guys are going to check out all your stuff that you put there. There's radio, which is free. So you guys can go on and listen to any of this. So those are the basics with your music. Other than that, to delete any apps that you guys don't want on your phone, all you guys have to do is just hold on your finger there and then remove app. It's going to tell you here that it's actually going to remove all its contents. Or you guys can choose to just remove from your home screen. So that's different. Removing from home screen, it's just going to delete it from your home screen. It's still going to be there. But if you remove it, if you actually delete it, it's going to uninstall it. So it's even telling you here, it's going to delete its data from it. So I'm going to delete that. And just show you another one. For example, if I go into something like reminders, delete app. Again, it's going to delete its data as well. So you are fully uninstalling. So it's not like Androids, so you don't have to go through a bunch of stuff to uninstall an app here. That's all you guys have to do. And again, I get it, if you're coming from Android, that might be kind of annoying because you're thinking, oh, that's just deleting it from the home screen. It's not. You're fully uninstalling the app. So again, to delete an app, we can just hold our finger, remove app. It's going to tell us if we want to delete it. That's uninstalling it. And there we go. We can also just hold on our finger there until it wiggles. Tap on the minus sign on the top left-hand side and just delete that app as well. And there you go. Just tap away and then you're done. So that's how you guys can delete any apps. If you want to add them back at any point in time, just go into your app store, look for them, add them back. Anyways, as far as this video goes, we are all done. If you guys have any questions, comments, you guys can write down here in the comments area. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you.